Welcome to Boxing Talk Nightly. As you see on the docket today, it will be Shawn Porter versus Keith Thurman 2. Now, what I would like to talk about today is Keith Thurman not going into a rematch. I mean, not going into, warm-up fights. Now he's fighting Shawn Porter, reportedly going to fight Shawn Porter right away without a tune-up. Now remember, he fought Shawn Porter, when they fought the first time after he had that car accident, and he fought Shawn Porter, without having a tune-up, and they went straight into the fight. So apparently Thurman is going to do it again. Now, I was listening to Goodfellas Sports TV, good channel. Go check out the brother. And, he was talking about this rematch. So he said the article was on Sky Sports. So I went to Sky Sports. And I see on here that, Shawn Porter says he is confident he will make the first defense of his WBC welterweight title against Keith Thurman early next year. So Keith Thurman will not be fighting none this year. So when Keith Thurman get in the ring with Shawn Porter, he will officially been out of the ring for 2 years. So I know Keith Thurman has had a couple injuries. He had a setback when he tried to come back after his elbow surgery. So he had a setback, with his hand or something like that, and he just decided to shut it down. Apparently, he decided to shut it down for the rest of the year. Now, I believe this also, too, the reason why Keith Thurman is not having to fight right now either, because Keith Thurman, trust me, he gained some weight. He gained a lot of weight in between those surgeries and being off in the last couple years, because Keith Thurman gains a lot of weight in between fights anyway. So imagine how much weight he gained in between these 2 years that he was off. So he probably needed it off to get the weight down too properly. But do I believe Keith Thurman gonna have a lot of rust? I don't believe Keith Thurman will be that rusty, seeing that he is a veteran fighter. He's been fighting for a while. These guys that have been fighting for a while, him, Shawn Porter, Crawford, and those guys, y'all remember that they started their career like 4 or 5 years before Earl Spence, so they got a little bit more wear and tear. A lot of times your body it does well with rest. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you got to just rest your body. These guys been fighting since they were teenagers. So rest can do the body good. So we will see how he looks when he comes back. I expect him to beat Shawn Porter. This time I expect him to beat Shawn Porter more convincingly. I thought he beat Shawn Porter 8-4 the first fight. It was a competitive 8-4. You can have a competitive 8-4 fight. A lot of people will say, well, that's ludicrous. How can you have a 8-4 fight and say it was competitive? Because you can have a lot of rounds that were close. You know what I'm saying? And in that respect, those rounds were close. So let me read up in here. It says Showtime admitted negotiations are ongoing, but has his sights set on a rematch with the former holder of the green and gold welterweight strap. I told people a while ago that Shawn Porter is not scared of Earl Spence. He knew the reason why Shawn Porter came on that podium and said what he said about he wants to fight Earl Spence, but the WBC may have other plans, because he knew that Keith Thurman was going to have the first shot at that title. Do y'all actually think Keith Thurman was going to let Earl Spence fight for that WBC title and then have a negotiation advantage over Keith Thurman? No, Keith Thurman was going to come in and fight for that belt, man. That's why he's not doing tune-ups. That's why he's going straight for that title, which to me is good that he's going straight for the title, because now he can get in the camp, get focused. He knows he's fighting a very good fighter in Shawn Porter, a formidable foe, a guy that he's been in the ring with before. So his mind will be right. If he had a tune-up and he had to get ready for that, maybe he would have been half-ass doing training and not, getting properly in shape, or his mind sharp. Shawn Porter can get his mind sharp. Now, after Shawn Porter, he can go fight. He'll be ready to fight Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford. I fully expect Keith Thurman to fight Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford next after he fight Shawn Porter. Because to me, he doesn't need a rematch after Shawn Porter. A tune-up after Shawn Porter. He's already fine-tuned when he fight after he get done fighting Shawn Porter. Like I told people, physically, Shawn Porter is the harder fighter in the division. Physically, because Shawn Porter he fights physical. He uses his shoulder. He uses everything. Shawn Porter is going to be on you like a mad dog. He's actually more physical than any welterweight right now, and that's no lie. Yeah. Much respect for to Keith Thurman if he goes straight to this fight, man. 2019. And then people will be back on Keith Thurman again. I never. It's a dangerous fight for Keith Thurman, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can beat you on any given day. So why not go out there, get your mind right, get your body right for one of the best at and a guy that got a title that you want back, that you previously had, that you lost due to inactivity. So much respect to him. You know what I'm saying? And I expect Shawn Porter to bring his best. I just believe Keith Thurman will separate himself in this fight. Shawn Porter took some tremendous punches in the last fight. Shawn Porter got a chin, boy. Shawn Porter got a chin, period. Point blank. That man got a chin. He displayed a great chin. He got hit with some hellacious shots, but he made it up in his mind that he wasn't going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental thing too, man. The game of sports is a lot mentally, man. If you go in there mentally right, mentally strong, you never know what you can do, what you can overcome. And Shawn Porter is the best fight to get you ready for anybody else in the welterweight division. I'm telling you that right now. Physically and mentally, he can get you ready for any fighter in the welterweight division. I'm not saying he fight like Errol Spence. I'm not saying he fight like Terrence Crawford or nothing like that. I'm just saying he's gonna get your mind right. You're gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the toughest fight for Terrence Crawford, I believed before even Terrence Crawford came to the welterweight division, I said it was Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman can do just about everything you need to do in the boxing ring to be successful and beat anybody at welterweight. Keith Thurman is very capable of beating everybody at welterweight. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll see how he look against Shawn Porter when he come in. Thurman might crash that build-up fight between... I mean, he can't crash. I mean, what, crash it? I mean, what you mean crash? Because Earl Spence already said, and his team already said, they're not finna fight Terrence Crawford right now. He finna fight the guys in his stable. So Keith Thurman is next for Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman beat Shawn Porter, he's next for Earl Spence. I got Keith Thurman beating Earl Spence. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We will see. You know, everybody got opinions. My opinion is no more credible than anybody else's opinion, but I just got Keith Thurman beating Earl Spence when Keith Thurman is right. If Spence fight Thurman and loses, Crawford will want to fight Thurman instead. Well, if Spence fight Crawford and if Spence fight Thurman and loses, of course the next fight should be Crawford and Thurman. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's the next fight in line. Why should I mean, Crawford can always double back and fight Spence, but if Keith Thurman beat Earl Spence, what's the use of Crawford fighting Earl Spence first? He got to go out to Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman will have 3 titles. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. But the WBC ordered the fight last month, and even though Thurman, who won their 2016 fight on a unanimous decision, will not have boxed for 2 years due to serious elbow injury, Porter expects it to be confirmed for the start of 2019. Like I kept on telling everybody, why everybody was so up in arms, why Shawn Porter is not fighting Earl Spence, or why he not trying to fight Earl Spence, because he knew that he couldn't fight Earl Spence next. He knew that Thurman was promised that fight by Jose Sulaiman. Even Jose Sulaiman came out in the interview and said he promised Thurman the fight. Thurman can fight for his title whenever he felt like he was ready to fight for the title. He can step in and supersede anybody. That's what Jose Sulaiman said in the interview. Y'all can go look it up. Go look it up. Jose Sulaiman talking about Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? The WBC kind of made Keith Thurman the champion in recess. That's what Keith Thurman is. He's the champion in recess. Right now, the mandatory is Keith Thurman, and I know the negotiation. This is what Shawn Porter is saying. He's saying right now the mandatory is Keith Thurman, and I know the negotiations got underway about 3 weeks ago, and we should Now we should know really soon. That's why Keith Thurman did not announce a tune-up, because 3 weeks ago, Shawn Porter is saying right here that they started negotiations 3 weeks ago. So whatever is going to happen, and wherever it takes place, he exclusively told Sky Sports he wants to fight. I knew for a while he said he wanted a comeback fight, and now he's saying he wants to fight me and accept the mandatory challenge. So I told y'all. You know what I'm saying? The score was 115-113. And the best thing I can do is wait for it. Get ready for confirmation on that fight. Then get working and get ready for it. The 2-year layoff will either make Keith Thurman rusty or fresh. I mean, yeah, you can look at it both ways. It can either make him rusty or it can make him fresh. I'm erring on the side that it's going to help. That rest is going to help Keith Thurman. I'm telling y'all, that rest is going to help him. This is what being a champion is. Look at the NBA Golden State Warriors and the champions, and they get to pick who they want to play against in the championships the following year, and it happens to be the same team they beat the previous year. This is the sport wherein if you want to be the best, you have to go and get the best, and then that's what I'm going to do. This is Shawn Porter. Showtime has also been in talks to take on IBF champion Errol Spence Jr. after both agreed to a unanimous clash in the aftermath of Porter WBC win over Danny Garcia. But, you know, Keith Thurman came in and threw a monkey wrench in and said, I want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Spence Jr. get in the ring and said he wanted to fight me, and obviously I said I will fight him. This was Shawn Porter still talking. The WBC have Keith Thurman in mind, thought, and I've told who had to tell if I can fight Keith Thurman. I don't really want to fight anyone other than Errol Spence. These two fights are the only ones who make sense for me, and those are really the only ones that will get me going and get me into the state of mind I need to prepare for a fight. So Shawn Porter said the only two fighters he want to fight right now that make sense to him is Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. I don't know why Terrence Crawford is not up in there. I mean, it should be 3 because you can't be undisputed welterweight champion unless you defeat Terrence Crawford. But maybe Shawn Porter don't want to be undisputed. I know I heard Errol Spence and Keith Thurman say they have desires to be undisputed. I don't think I ever heard Shawn Porter say he had desires to be undisputed. But also Shawn Porter say Terrence Crawford is his good friend, and he don't see himself fighting Terrence Crawford. So he said that in an interview too. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens, man. To me, it should be a tremendous fight. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's early February or March. You know what I'm saying? Right up in there. I hope you don't have to wait closer to the spring. Right up in there somewhere. I would prefer February, end of February. But, we'll see. Another thing I want to talk about is the Zone. A lot of people have been making videos about the Zone, whether they should order the Zone or watch the Zone. To me, it's silly, man. Silly. It's silly not to watch the Zone if they're going to put on the best fights possible. I hope Thurman fights more than once a year. Yeah, I hope a lot of those guys fight more than once a year. But it's silly for people to say they're not going to watch the Zone. My stance is this. If the Zone puts on really good fights, I'm going to watch. Period. Point blank. And the zone, they throwing around a lot of money. They're trying to get, they already got Canelo, drug treat Canelo. Yeah, he's a drug cheat. They already got Canelo. They already got Andrade. They got Danny Jacobs. They got almost all the premier middleweights. Now, I heard reports that Golovkin may sign with the Zone. I won't be surprised if he signed with the Zone. You know what I'm saying? And they got some other fighters like Jesse Vargas. I know Gervonta Davis trying to get bought out of his contract. He's trying to get Eddie Hearn to buy him out of his contract. He may want to go to the Zone. So the Zone, they throwing around a lot of money. They got Alexander Usyk, the only undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying, at cruiserweight. So they got some fighters. You know what I'm saying, and they trying to get other fighters. Now, I don't understand this either. People that talk about business and boxing, they love to talk about the business, right? But if the zone throwing these guys money that they can't turn down, these guys need to take it. And for you to say, well, I'm not going to support the guy if he goes over there, if he goes to the zone, because I don't like Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn is racist. Come on, man. Look, we especially as black men, black people, we need to stop getting so sensitive about people being racist. Who cares if they racist? I'm not here to change nobody's mind of being racist. If you racist, you racist. That's you. That's what your personality is. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If black fighters go to the zone, I'ma still support black fighters if they go to the zone. If they putting on the fights I want to see. Period. This is about me as a consumer of what I want to see, not me getting overly emotional about somebody, De La Hoya, and some racist emails. Man, who cares about that? You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman ain't caring about De La Hoya racist email. Al Heyman out here trying to get his money, man. You think he's sitting around scoffing or crying or getting irate about De La Hoya and racist emails? No, not Eddie Hearn, but Al Heyman out here getting his money, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what black people need to start doing, man. We need to stop as a people. Stop getting so emotional about people being racist toward us. So who cares, man? We need to be building our culture up and going out here and getting this money so we can have more influence on society instead of boycotting somebody because they have a racist email. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, the zone, if they put on good fight, I'm a boxing fan. I don't look for boxing to change my life. I don't look for boxing to stop racism. I don't look for boxing to save the world. I'm just looking at boxing because I like to be entertained, man. I don't look at boxing to say, well, I mean, of course, I like black fighters. I like white fighters. I like Chinese fighters. If you can fight, you can fight. You know what I'm saying? If you can fight, it has no color to me. No color, no religion, no nothing. I'm just looking at a great fight. I don't put all that old crazy stuff into everything, man. It's just entertainment for me. You know what I'm saying? So if people want to do that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I've been hearing some of these videos and people are starting to soften up to the zone now because they see that the zone is going out here getting a lot of fighters that they like and can potentially get more fighters that they may like. Look at the young lady, what's her name, that won the gold medal? What's her name, man? Well, I always forget her name. But anyway, she signed a one-fight deal to fight on the zone. Are y'all not going to support her? Clarissa Shields. So y'all not going to support her because she finna fight with the zone? Come on, man. It's stupid. Do y'all know how stupid it sounds, man? Really, man. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing. It's mostly men on this talking about this boxing stuff. They got boxing YouTube channels. I know it's a lot of some females out there that got boxing channels, and big up to them. But I'm talking about the men. Y'all got to stop being so sensitive, man. Like men, okay, look, I'm not saying be a robot, that you can never be sensitive, but you got to know when to be emotional and when not to be emotional, man. I'm not going to use my emotions on every little thing that because somebody don't like me. I don't care. If a person don't like me, they don't like me. Everybody that's walking this planet is not going to like you. And they don't have to have a reason. They don't have to have a reason not to like you. I don't care if a person does not like me. I'm going to concentrate on the people that like and appreciate me already. I'm not going to work for a person liking. Hearns racist. I mean, is Hearns racist? I don't know if Hearns is racist, man. I don't know if Eddie. And look, I don't care if Eddie Hearn is racist. He doesn't have a direct influence on my life. I'm not in his life. He's not in my life. What direct influence he has on my life? All I want to see is him put on some good fights. That's it. I'm just here for entertainment. I'm not here to change Eddie Hearn's mind of if he's a racist and try to change his mind. I ain't finna do. I don't have time for that. I got other things to do than to worry about is Eddie Hearn a racist. Come on, man. Is this where we are as men? A lot of men do business right now in the world that don't even like each other, but they do business together. If it makes sense for both of them to get done what they want to get done, they do it. They don't have to love each other and have a beer with each other and go out with each other or have each other over for barbecue or send him a Christmas card or tell him happy birthday on his birthday. No, they don't have to do all that. So no, I'm not going to ever boycott something that's entertainment for me. Boxing is entertainment for me. I'm not going to boycott it. You have to go. You have got a great attitude to life. I mean, I don't know if this is just me. I can't fake who I am. I'm a rational, reasonable person. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm a rational, reasonable person. I just don't, I use my emotions for things that I need to use my emotions for. If you use if you go overly emotional on every goddamn thing, you would just be a nervous wreck. If you get overly emotional, you have to put things in proper context. Does Eddie Hearn have a direct influence on my life? Is Eddie Hearn being a racist? Will that do anything to me? Would that hurt me? No. Eddie Hearn, no. He doesn't have no direct influence on my life. I don't have to ever talk to Eddie Hearn, shake his hand, or nothing like that, or call him. Nothing. So, man, men, come on, man. A lot of people use this YouTube thing for a soap opera, and I'm talking about men. I understand women using this thing for a soap opera, but see, that's what women do. Women are chaos. Women love drama. I mean, I'm not saying all. You know what I'm saying? It's never all. Nothing is ever all. I'm just saying women in general love chaos and love drama. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around women. So I know how women think. I know how they are. I know what they go for and what they don't go for. But they love drama, man. Men are supposed to be the rational creatures that think, you know what I'm saying, use their head and just think and put things in proper context. That's what men are supposed to do. Men are not, and men are supposed to be a symbol of stability, not being in the drama too, right down there with the women. We supposed to be pulling them out of drama. That's just my take on it, man. I know I rumbled a little bit, but like I said, man, I got the zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying $5 or how much it is. It's some fights on there like Regis Prograis. I haven't seen that fight yet. I haven't seen the Danny Jacobs fight. I'm gonna look at a fight. I'm gonna look at one of the fights today. I can't look at fights on top of fights because I got kids and they got to do homework and we got to do all this stuff. I got to go out with the wife and all this stuff. So I can't be looking at boxing 24/7. But I'm going to look at some of the fights I missed on the zone. Like I want to see that Delorme, what's the name fight too? That Delorme, Jesse Vargas fight. I want to see that fight too. So it's a couple fights on there I want to see. And they got a tournament coming up that I want to see. They got some tournament fights on there that I want to see too. So I'm not finna boycott nothing, man. Because a lot of people are emotional about a racist email. I just keep on hearing people say this. I don't like Oscar De La Hoya because he has never addressed the racist email. Who cares if he addressed the racist email? Who cares if he addressed the racist? I'm not saying that you can't boycott him. I'm just saying this. You can boycott whatever you want, whatever you feel like you want to boycott, or whatever you feel like if somebody done you wrong. But I'm going to tell you this. De La Hoya has no direct influence on your life. If De La Hoya puts on a great fight, people are going to watch it. If De La Hoya say, okay, Charlo, we're going to fight you on Cinco de Mayo, the same people that said that they don't like De La Hoya are going to watch the Canelo-Charlo fight. And you know the rationale for them watching the fight, they're going to say, well, he's fighting Charlo. But you're not supposed to like De La Hoya. So that means you're not supposed to watch none of the fights De La Hoya put on. Because you just said De La Hoya has never addressed the racist emails. That means if Canelo fights Charlo, I bet not hear nobody talk about the Charlo fighting Canelo then. If De La Hoya put on some fights for nights, if not gonna have a direct impact on your life. If you're talking to me, I'm okay with it. No, I'm not talking to nobody in general, man. I'm not talking to you. I don't even know if you had a video. I don't even know if I read your video, Red Glove Militant. But I don't know. You have a YouTube channel? I mean, I go check you out, but I don't remember looking at your video. I'm just saying that the people I watch their videos, and when they say that they're not gonna watch no De La Hoya fights, okay, so don't watch one. If Canelo fight Charlo, don't watch it then. If your favorite fighter fight Canelo, don't watch it. If Canelo get the Spence fight Canelo in the future, don't watch it, because remember, De La Hoya never ever addressed the racist emails. Man, who cares if De La Hoya racist? I don't care. That was to South Lee's boxing talk. Oh, okay. Well, okay. But yeah. The only color these promoters care. Yeah, the only color these promoters care about in the end. You right, Red Glove Militant, is green. That's all they care about. That's all they care about is business. And if they have to step on you to get the money, they will step on you. They don't care what color. A black man don't care what color you are. If he got to step on you to get to the green, if that's his motive, step on you. That's just what it is. And I mean, we as black people, we know black people do you wrong more than any other race. Your fellow black brother will do you wrong more than any other race. What do we hear about Don King back in the day with prominent black fighters and black fighters in general? Stealing money from them. Stealing money from Tyson. Stealing money from a lot of fighters. It's a lot of fighters that tried to kill Don King. They wanted to beat Don King up. And those were black fighters that were doing that Don King was doing wrong. So like I said, it doesn't matter if they black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, whatever. If the motivation is for them to get the money that they want to get, if they got to step on your toes to go get it, they will step on you to go get it, no matter your color, creed, or whatever. So people need to stop getting so emotional about things that you should put in proper context. Let's save our emotions for things that we need to get emotional about. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm not finna be an emotional wreck, have a nervous breakdown because, man, this man is racist, or that man said this racist thing, or he never addressed the racist email. Come on, man. It don't even sound right, man. It's unbecoming of a man to be that overly emotional, man. Well, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I gotta go pick up my son from school, y'all. But hey, thanks for coming in, LDD95, man. You always coming in. Thanks, Red Glove Militant, South Leeds Buzz. What's up, man? Thanks for y'all coming in, putting y'all comments in the comment section. Hey, thank you, David Johnson. I'm gonna have some people come on here and you know, be on this podcast with me. This is my this is my podcast I do maybe once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? I try to get it in. I'm not gonna just come on here and just talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I have to come on here and have some subject matter. So when I feel like I got a subject matter, if it's every day that week, I'm gonna come on here and do this podcast every day. If it's 2-3 days a week, I'm gonna do that. If it's 2 a week, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna have somebody come on here and, you know what I'm saying, chop it up on some boxing, man, some boxing stuff. Hey, so yeah, man, we gonna I'll probably be back tomorrow. Get in again tomorrow, but because there's some other things I wanted to talk about that I didn't get to in this video, like you know, other things in boxing, other news in boxing. But yeah, I'm out of here.